On March 29, 2025, the routine hum of Interstate 85 in Fairburn, Georgia was broken by a flash of speed. Officer Irvin with the Fairburn Police Department had just clocked a Dodge Challenger barreling down the highway at triple digits. The driver's choice in that split second was simple: pull over or press harder on the gas. He picked the latter, and that decision lit the fuse on a pursuit that was about to test every ounce of patience and skill from the officers behind him.
Coming up on the 48 mile marker. Coming up on exit 48, you said? Coming up on the 47. Breathing. 110, exit 47. We are coming up on the 47. 5 Duncan, 1-1. Breathing. 125 by 70, coming up on 47. Hit 41, hit 41. 41 received, hit 41 midnight 30 received. Location. Got a bush line on the wall, black male, red shirt, black shorts.
The driver managed to scramble from the wreck and vanish into a wooded area, but his car wasn't so lucky. That Dodge Challenger was left battered and broken, a reminder of how quickly bad choices can chew up even the most powerful machine. The Fairburn police proved one thing that night: no matter how fast you run, they are not in the business of giving up. On the night of November 24th, 2023, Trooper Blaine Lucas spotted a green Dodge Challenger that did not look right. Its temporary license plate was nearly impossible to read, and the way it rode up close behind another car raised every red flag. When the Challenger finally pulled to the shoulder, it seemed like the stop would be routine. But in moments like these, a trooper knows to never get too comfortable, because sometimes the calmest scenes are the ones about to explode. In the end, the Challenger disappeared into the night, while Lucas was left shaken, but safe enough to walk away after medical evaluation. His cruiser, however, was not as fortunate. This case is a reminder that in high-speed pursuits, the line between control and catastrophe is razor thin, and sometimes even the enforcers of the law are forced to pay that price. On May 15, 2024, the morning traffic in Little Rock looked ordinary enough until a flash of yellow caught the eye of an Arkansas state trooper. A Dodge Challenger was weaving across lanes like the rules of the road were optional. Behind the wheel was 31-year-old Aaron Sadler, a man about to turn a routine traffic stop into something far bigger. What started as a simple violation was about to test nerves, patience, and a whole lot of asphalt. By the end, Sadler was pulled from the chaos with a backpack that told its own story pounds of marijuana bottles of promethazine and packets of THC treats. Officers also found nearly $4,000 stuffed in his pocket, the kind of stash that made his motives crystal clear. He left behind broken property, a damaged car, and a long list of charges that would follow him long after the tow truck hauled his Challenger away. Speeders get stopped all the time, but on June 3, 2023, one Dodge Challenger in Savannah decided to make it personal. The driver could have accepted the ticket, instead he chose chaos. In just seconds, what started as a basic traffic stop turned into a high-speed showdown packed with near misses, wild turns, and one very persistent trooper.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Pit, Rickett, pit. I think we're on Duran. Stand by.
The man behind the wheel turned out to be unlicensed and freshly high, with a mouth full of excuses and the scent of weed on his breath. He admitted to fleeing just to avoid another ticket. Instead, he racked up a felony-level to-do list. After being cleared by hospital staff, he was booked and charged accordingly. Let this one be a reminder: when you try to outrun responsibility, the only thing waiting at the finish line is reality and handcuffs. There's something about muscle cars and bad decisions, and on January 28, 2024, that combo came flying through Brooksville in the form of a gray Dodge Challenger. Trooper J. Peters clocked the car at 77 in a 50 zone, pulled it over, and began giving instructions from his loudspeaker. But before the Challenger could even roll down a window, it bolted, and just like that, a routine stop exploded into full-blown chaos.
Passing WPA Road 136.
Turns out Brandon Corey Johnson wasn't just speeding. He was wanted for a probation violation involving battery. He'd been driving without a license, had 2 minors in the car, and enough drugs in the trunk to raise every eyebrow in Hernando County. Authorities booked him on the spot, and the Department of Children and Families immediately stepped in. This wasn't just a traffic stop gone wrong, it was a full crash course in what not to do. It was 11:07 p.m. on September 20th, 2023, and Trooper Lucas was cruising down I-440 when something flashed past him in the far lane. 2 cars neck and neck, blasting down the interstate like it was a drag strip. No hesitation, no fear, just raw horsepower and the kind of arrogance that thinks 150 miles per hour is normal. Lucas flipped on his lights and sirens, but the party was already splitting up. One took the ramp, but the other, a white Dodge Challenger, made a different kind of decision.
see your f***ing hands right now! You! Let me see your hands!
Once the dust settled, the driver, later identified as Dimitri Barton, chose the highway pavement as his final resting spot. Temporarily, at least. His passenger, Amparo Lopez Gomez, was hurt and claimed she'd begged him to stop. Barton was checked out at Baptist Hospital, then taken straight to Pulaski County Detention. Another night, another wild ride that proves high-speed ego doesn't mix well with blue lights and strategy. On June 15, 2023, what began as a simple observation turned into a high-stakes freeway disaster waiting to happen. A patrol unit near Jonesboro Road spotted a car with a completely blacked-out windshield, a red flag if there ever was one. But the moment the officer moved in, the driver didn't hesitate. No waiting, no talking, just instant chaos as the Challenger hit the gas like it had something to hide. The driver was later identified as Jay Shaw, a convicted felon with a stolen Glock stashed by the seat. He got a K-9 bite, a hospital trip, and a rude awakening when deputies didn't back off like the others he'd outrun. He now faces felony fleeing theft by receiving possession of a firearm by a felon, reckless driving, and 11 more charges. Guess some lessons come with teeth. On the evening of May 28, 2023, officers in Little Rock found themselves in the middle of a chase that no one could have scripted. A rookie officer, barely a day out of the academy, suddenly faced the kind of test most troopers never see in years. The pursuit centered on a stolen Dodge Challenger, and for this new recruit, the stakes were higher than anyone could imagine. With his trainer watching over his shoulder, the rookie's first real test was about to spiral into something unforgettable.
Fresh out. Holy crap. Oh, shoot! Oh. Holy crap, that was close. Yeah. It's all good. 90, I'm now primary. There you go. You bring that charge around, bring it. Where the hole is, coming out on north pizza. He may have died out or something. I got a bunch of dust up here coming up on I-30 and baseline. I'm trying to get through it. To left. Crashed out. Remember this guy's
The suspect tried to scramble away, but a short dash on foot only delayed the inevitable. Once in custody, the weapons and items pulled from his possession told the rest of the story, stacking charge after charge. For one rookie, this first chase was no gentle introduction to police work. It was a trial by fire in every sense of the word. It was the morning of June 15, 2023, and in Prairie County, Arkansas, traffic on I-40 was humming along like any other weekday. But when a Dodge Challenger came into the sights of a White County Sheriff's Drug Task Force deputy, that peaceful rhythm didn't last long. The vehicle didn't just ignore the stop it bolted. Just like that, a quiet stretch of highway turned into a corridor for chaos. Farther down the road, a familiar figure had joined the chessboard. Hazen Police Chief B. Taylor saw it all unfolding and decided not to wait around. The driver was quickly taken into custody following the successful maneuver. No injuries, no dramatic crash, just sharp planning and execution by local law enforcement. Sadly, no details about the suspect have been made public, but with a stunt like that, they're probably looking at least a handful of felonies, a revoked license, and a long chat with a judge. It's easy to forget how much one good decision can change everything. But on that day, Chief Taylor's timing proved sharper than any getaway plan the suspect could dream up. It didn't take long for a routine pursuit to turn into something much more intense. On February 26, 2023, an orange Dodge Challenger stormed up I-75 with Henry County PD hot on its heels. But just ahead of the chaos, Trooper Williams of the Georgia State Patrol waited like a chess piece already in position. The moment he saw the suspect zip by the chase, officially changed hands. In a final burst of desperation, Nathan James Rogers ditched the car and took off across I-75, dodging vehicles like it was some real-life game of Frogger. Unfortunately for him, that stunt only got him as far as the opposite shoulder, where deputies brought the whole ordeal to a quiet end. There's no full charge sheet yet, but let's be real, running from GSP in a Challenger and then on foot through freeway traffic, that's got multiple felonies written all over it. One wrong move led to another, and this chase ended right where it should have. Some choices are dumb, others are jaw-droppingly, life-alteringly stupid. On July 8, 2023, someone in Cabot, Arkansas decided to steal a Dodge Challenger and floor it out of town, as if that was going to go unnoticed. Local officers were hot on the car's tail, but when they called in Arkansas State Police for backup, things shifted into a whole new gear. That's when Trooper Austin Duncan Flemister joined the pursuit, and everything got faster and a whole lot riskier.
West, dispatch with south interchange, right lane, sector 120. Careful. 11, 18, and 16, y'all end it when you can. 10-4. Dispatch to 137 westbound, number 2 lane, sector 135. TVI. Copy TVI.
The suspect, later identified as Marquette Muhammad, didn't just steal a car, he stole everyone's time and risked a whole lot more. After crashing out and trying to escape into the woods, he was caught and turned over to Cabot PD. His charges were stacked from felony fleeing in a vehicle to aggravated assault and theft over $25,000. A Challenger may be built for speed, but it won't outrun GPS radios and a trooper who knows how to shut it down. On December 3, 2023, a quiet Arkansas highway became the stage for one of the most reckless decisions a driver could make. A Dodge Challenger was pulled over by Arkansas State Police Trooper Christian Morphus during what began as a simple traffic stop. For a brief moment, it looked like cooperation was on the table, but with the trooper just steps away, the driver suddenly made a choice that would launch a dangerous pursuit into the night.
Crash. He wrecked out. He wrecked out.
Give me a 16 started.
I was so. I almost dropped my trail.
When the chase ended, the Dodge Challenger was mangled in a roadside ditch, and the driver lay fatally ejected. The wreckage told a tragic story: shattered glass, scattered debris, and the unmistakable stench of smoke and fuel. Running from the police may seem like an escape in the moment, but at 160 miles per hour, it was a fatal gamble that no one could win. Some people treat traffic laws like suggestions. On March 18, 2024, one driver in a white Dodge Challenger decided 96 miles per hour sounded better than 65, and that stop signs were just decorative. He could have pulled over when the lights came on behind him. Instead, he did what every trooper hates to see: he floored it. That choice kicked off a chase that left behind roads, fences, and any sense of common sense.
Middle lane, middle lane.
10-4 middle lane.
I don't think I got it yet. That's 66 County line.
Okay, for units on 1031, 1066 County line, 1066 County line. Here, 4190. Thunder County 51, you want them to continue to 1031?
After blowing through a red light and ignoring a stop sign, the Challenger stormed onto the interstate like it owned the highway. But near the county road, 484 exit troopers had a plan waiting. Stop sticks were laid down, and when the car hit them, that rear tire didn't stand a chance.
10-4, 1466 at county line, they're going to...
Alright, we do have a hit on the stop sticks. Alright, we're still going a little too fast to pit. Rear driver's side's going out.
10-4, rear driver's side going out.
Report 9 points.
Zero 4190, do you want subject to continue or be to the...
As the Challenger started to fishtail, the driver tried to hold it together. But with the pavement ending and the open field calling, he took a sharp, desperate turn and found out the grass isn't always greener.
I'm right here with you. Good. Come on. Singapore.
10-4, Singapore, station 1033.
10-4, if I can get a chance to bid, I'm going to tell you.
Stand by. Signal 4.
10-4,
driver, later identified as Kamari Stokes, was finally taken into custody after that wild detour ended the way most of them do badly. His passenger, Brandell Crossley, claimed he woke up mid-chase and tried to surrender from the window. Deputies also found marijuana tucked between the seat and center console. With no valid license and a growing list of charges, Kamari's attempt to outrun the law just earned him a longer stay behind bars. It was the night of February 12, 2023, and a white Dodge Challenger had already dodged Pulaski County deputies. But once Arkansas State Police got involved, the game changed. Trooper Niles was the first on it, eyes-locked sirens on not letting that car get another free mile. The suspect, still clinging to the idea of escape, made one more mistake.
10-4, that's the vehicle.
Trooper Jacob Bird arrived shortly after the takedown to help secure the scene, but Niles had already wrapped it up. The driver, still trying to play dumb, claimed he didn't recognize who was behind him. A weak excuse that went nowhere. Niles didn't hold back. If you hit the brakes instead of the gas, your car wouldn't be wrecked. It's not every day a suspect gets a driving lesson with their arrest. If you thought that was intense, just wait until you see what happens next. Click on the next video and buckle up. It gets even crazier. Appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe button to stick with us.